Good afternoon. Please rise for the arrival of Her Royal Highness, Princess Margriet of the Netherlands. Please welcome your host for today's festivities, Caroline Verpelen.
Feel free to sit down. Thank you very much. Every story has a beginning. And ours, although a little complicated, began with a dream, several visionaries, and the support of many civic leaders. The result was the formation of a company that would continue into subsequent centuries, carrying passengers and guests across the world. Throughout our history, the company has had many leaders. And so today it is my honor to introduce the current president of Holland America Line, Mr. Gus Antorcha.
Thank you, Caroline. It's an honor and a privilege to be representing thousands of Holland America Line team members on this day, the 150th anniversary of the founding of our company. I'd like to extend special welcome to Her Royal Highness Princess Margriet, Lord Mayor Ahmed Aboutaleb, our President's Club members, and members of the Holland America Line team who are with us, as well as to the thousands more who are seeing this around the world. I'm extremely grateful to the owners of Hotel New York for hosting us today. After 150 years with our ships now traveling to every corner of the globe, staffed by team members representing dozens of different nationalities, we at Holland America still consider Rotterdam our spiritual home. This is where it all started. In this place, you can experience the whole sweep of Holland America's history. Reminders of our beginnings are visible in the streets and waterways, and yes, the buildings of this city, which served as our headquarters for more than a century. And our present and our future can be found just a short walk down the waterway where our current flagship, Rotterdam 7, waits to embark guests for its next journey. Today we celebrate the past and the future. Caroline referenced the visionaries behind the company's success. We're honored to have members of those visionaries' families here with us today. No business person can be certain of the outcome of their idea. And our company experienced several fits and starts before it found its footing. But I think we can all agree that it all worked out just fine.
At this time, we'd like to welcome some special guests, the ancestors of Holland America Line's founders. We have members of the Platen family and members of the Reuchlin family. And we would like to invite Mr. Henry Reuchlin and Mr. Johan George Reuchlin as they will give a special presentation to the City of Rotterdam Archives, one that represents the very beginning of our company and the dream of our founders.
Koninklijke Hoogheid, Burgemeester, President, dear guests. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you, the Holland America Line, on this special anniversary. I would like to thank you for inviting the descendants of the founders, Antoine Platen and Otto Reuchlin, to this festive celebration. This is not very evident, since the active participation of our families in the company stopped over half a century ago. But that doesn't mean that the Holland America Line disappeared from our hearts or our minds. Quite the contrary, and I'm glad to notice that it's also the other way around. 3 generations of my family have been very much involved in what started as a shipping company, often with blood, sweat, and tears. And you can take that very, very seriously and literally, but also with a lot of joy and a lot of pride. The last 50 years, or 2 generations, my father and me, we have not seen any active involvement in the family. Of course, the generation of my father still has active memory of their father taking the ferry across the river to work here in this very building. For my generation, this memory, of course, is less direct. In fact, my first recollection of the Holland America Line is when my father retired and he got a world cruise as a present. And as a family, we were allowed to take care of the dogs. We loved the dogs so much that Goldie never returned to my grandfather. The sense of connection continues until this day. I know that most of my aunts, my uncles, my nieces, my nephews, my cousins, they have some kind of reference to the Holland America Line in their homes. It might be a poster, it might be a little ship, it might be even some redundant furniture. And one special memory we've taken with us today. It is the very first share of the Nederlands-Amerikaanse Stoomvaartmaatschappij, as it's officially known, or was known, the Holland America Line for short, presented to Prince Hendrik. How on earth this document came back to our family is a mystery. What's even more interesting, there are some coupons on the back that you can redeem for the money, and some are cut. Not all of them, so we'll come back to you later to see if we can redeem some of them.
To collect the money.
This share, of course, has graced the study of my grandfather, of my father, and lately, for a couple of months, also in my room. When my grandfather died, he created the Reuchlin Collection Foundation to make sure that some unique documents pertaining to a family would not be lost or sold. The collection is brought under the custody of the city archive. This ensures that the documents are conserved in an appropriate manner and are available for research and education. And we are very grateful to you, Mr. Peter, that the city goes to such a great length to preserve its past. It's time that this first share joins the archive. And the composer Gustav Mahler once said, tradition is not as much about preserving the ashes, it's about keeping the flame alive. And I think exactly that's what Holland America Line has been doing, transforming in the company it is now. I trust that this first share that my father will give to the foundation, and I will present to the mayor, will not be considered merely as ashes, but it will be the inspiration of the kind of entrepreneurship that's the very fabric of the Holland America Line and of this city. My father has kindly donated the share to the foundation, and as a chairman, I'm honored to bring it under the custody of the city archive and hand it over to you, Mr. Mayor, together with my father.
Help me welcome the Lord Mayor of the City of Rotterdam, Mr. Ahmed Abu Taleb.
Zullen we het hier?
I donate this first share to be preserved forever.
Your Royal Highness, distinguished guests, welcome again to Rotterdam, the city where indeed it all started 150 years ago. Welcome in Hotel New York, the former headquarters of the Holland America Line. It's an honor for me to address you, Princess Margriet, goddaughter of the Merchant Marines, and all the representatives of the Holland America Line here today. President Antorsha, welcome. Nice to have you again in Rotterdam. And Henri Reuchlich and Johan George Reuchlin, descendants of the founding family. From 1837 to 1978, immigrants boarded two whole ships and waved their family and friends goodbye from Rotterdam. More than 400,000 people sailed to North America and Canada in search for a better life. A journey of hope and sorrow. Many of them never saw the family and friends again. Now the cruise terminal is a place of joy and pride. Joy for the passengers who embark here for a holiday or disembark to visit our beautiful city and country. Pride of the Rotterdammers who stand on the Erasmus Bridge and the quays to welcome the ships every time, and every moment one of your ships arrives, it's announced in the newspaper to make it possible for people to go to the bridge and to wave. We never lose that tradition. The company helped us out by providing a ship for emergency shelter of Ukrainian refugees last year, a grant and a symbolic gesture. I remember that I called the company, and without any hesitation, the answer was yes. We are there to write a new page in the history of your great company. If the world is needing us to help, we will do so. Again, thank you very much for the great gesture, and please give him a warm applause for that moment. I think the world will not remember what your income was last year, but the world will remember that you was there when the city of Rotterdam needed you. That will be written in the minds of all citizens. And of course, Hull is attached to reclaimed family name. The family archive is administered by the Rotterdam City Archives. I had the honor recently to be at the archive and to see all the data, the handwritten books from the company. It's all there. And it's fascinating to see that famous people used the line to go to America. One of them was, I think, help me, was Einstein, isn't it? Einstein was of this. So it's still there, handwritten, used your company to travel from here to Europe. I always need some help if needed. So I'm like, today it's a precious document that we will be added to the archive of the city of Rotterdam, and we'll be happy and we'll take care of it. We'll do that. So that's a promise. This share completes the circle of 150 years of Holland America Line. It symbolizes our bond for many years to come, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Abu Talib, for those beautiful words, and we're so thankful that you are here with us today. Since 2019, Royal PostNL has designed special golden stamps, and they did that for special occasions and special anniversaries. And Royal PostNL selected the 150th anniversary of Holland America Line as one such occasion. And they have created a stamp made with 24-karat gold to commemorate the rich history of our company. The stamp, designed by Frank Janssen, features an illustration of two iconic ships from the company's long history. They are presented side by side. On the left is the newest cruise ship, the Rotterdam 7 from 2021. And on the right is our very first steamer, dating back to 1873, the first Rotterdam. The stamp will be produced in a limited edition of 1,000 copies. And to present the stamp, please help me welcome from PostNL, Mr. Bob van Ierland.
Koninklijke Hoogheid, burgemeester, dear guests, good afternoon. Thank you for having me. Thank you for your kind introduction, Carlijn, for introducing the gold stamp, or golden stamp, I should say. Today, on behalf of PostNL, I'm truly honored to hand over the first copies in just a few moments. My name is Bob van Ierland. I'm Managing Director of the PostNL Postal Network. At PostNL, our purpose is to deliver special moments. And Holland America Line aspires to deliver unmatched and joyful holidays, vacations for its guests. As such, our companies share the ambition to deliver special moments, and moments like this are truly special. Our companies also have a historical connection. The cruise ship, the Rotterdam 1, has been transporting mail since its maiden voyage since 1872. The fact that our companies both have been around for quite a while is not a given today. The average lifespan of companies has been decreasing from 65 years in the mid-50s to around 15 years today. So our rich and long history mark an open mind to change and curiosity to seek deeper connections with our customers and guests in every mile we go. This exclusive golden stamp was designed in close consultation with the Holland America Line's team. It is released today to mark a milestone, Holland America Line's 150th anniversary. It is therefore my honor and pleasure to hand over the first 2 copies to Gus Antorcha, President of Holland America Line, and Nico Blijgrod, Vice President International Sales.
As many know, the building that we're in today served as the company headquarters between 1901 and 1977, and even as our terminal for part of that period. Tens of thousands of passengers passed through these halls, so it is more than fitting that we return to this place to celebrate this special occasion. So much of the building is steeped in our history. It's all around us. And because this is such a historic milestone, one certainly worth marking, we wanted to add to the rich history of this place. For decades now, ship's bells have been part of our major milestones and occasions. And for this one, we've created a very special commemorative bell that we are donating to Hotel New York to be installed in the building. And it will come along with a plaque that reads, "On the occasion of the 150th anniversary of its founding, Holland America Line presented this bell, blessed by Her Royal Highness Prinses Margriet, to Hotel New York in commemoration of this building's role in the company's history." And so, I would like to welcome Roel Dusseldorp, the General Manager of Hotel New York. Now, before any bell becomes a permanent part of one of our ships, we pour champagne over it for luck. Now, we felt that today should be no different. At many of our celebrations, a member of the Dutch royal family has honored us by being part of that blessing. And that's why we are so pleased that Her Royal Highness Prinses Margriet of the Netherlands has joined us once again, as she has so many times before. So we kindly invite Her Royal Highness Prinses Margriet to join Gus and Roel on stage.
To all of us that have shared in our past over these many decades, and to the bright future that remains ahead.
Here we go.
Here we go. All right. Little champagne on my hand. And we're happy to host you and your family at any point on board our ships. You could keep the coupon. All right, all of our 150th anniversary festivities carry a particular meaning. And it's been a privilege to celebrate with so many individuals who've been part of our story throughout the years. And that story is far from over. A celebration of 150 years is more than about our history. It's about how we're building a legacy upon this great brand to make it relevant for the next 150 years. A company is just a concept. It's a legal entity formed to achieve a goal. What makes a company special and allows it to succeed for 150 years are its people. People are what it's all about. And it's been that way from the start. From those early days, we built our reputation on the care we provided to every single person who stepped on board. And down through the decades, whether that person was an immigrant, a titan of industry, a soldier, or a vacationer, each of them was treated as though they were a guest in our own home. And that is still the hallmark of our brand today. In 1873, guests, mostly immigrants, chose to sail with us because word had spread about our service. Today, it is very much the same. Our guests choose to sail with us because we connect them with people and cultures all over the world in a way that is authentic, while surrounding them in an environment of comfort, care, and service. That care and service are delivered by team members who, in my view, are the very best in the industry. That walkway was used when this room served as a baggage handling station. It's where our team members made sure that a guest journey started or ended in the way we promised it would, with the best care and service available at sea. The officers you see above have dedicated themselves to carrying on that legacy of service. It's what we're building on as we look to the next 150 years. The fabric of history is woven from the threads of millions of stories, and at the heart of each of those stories is a person. Each of us here today are here today because we're part of Holland America Line's story. I'm certain that there'll be many, many, many more chapters to that story still to be written, and I hope that decades from now, those who come after us will gather on this very spot to share them. Thank you, and happy anniversary, everybody.